Hello, this is The Lost Cosmonaut with my first recording of Day of Infamy from the same developers that brought us Insurgency and that are working on Insurgency 2, so to speak, Insurgency Sandstorm, a game I'm pretty excited for. Day of Infamy is based on a source mod, whose name I forget now, and takes place during the Second World War. There are three factions: Germans, British, or rather British and Commonwealth forces, and US Americans. Personally, I hope that we will also get to see like French or Finnish or Soviet one of these days, but all in its time. Dog Red Invasion is more or less classic mode where one team defends, one team attacks. So far so good. Dog Red specifically is their Normandy map, so their D-Day landing map. I will most likely be playing as a normal soldier with a bolt-action rifle. Unless I'm playing for the American side. In that case, I actually get a semi-automatic weapon. One criticism I do have of the game is that the ratio of automatic to non-automatic weapons seems a tick high, but all of that in its time. You'll get to see for yourself. Are you enjoying that loading screen action? I am. Especially since the background doesn't fit at all. And we get to play the US Army. Wonderful. So, Rifleman. So far so good. I think I'm going to take the bayonet. There. 18 to 25 waves. This game has... as a rule, the rounds tend to last a little bit longer. And... just to get my bearings. I haven't played this game in a while. I was totally back to it. Another difference to Insurgency is that in this game there are officers and radio men. The officers need the radio men to call in fire support. For example, smoke screens. We may actually take a point. What do you think of that?
We're taking it!
That was, or in this case, yes, a strafing run by, oh, okay, that was an American. I'm a bit worried to raise my head. Okay, now we're getting it down again. Or artillery bombardment, regular bombardment, so aerial bombardment, things like that. But also things like supply crates. Which is useful since we don't have so much ammunition here. Let's check, only 7 magazines. That is more than enough if you're playing more or less aggressively. As a rifleman, for example. Not necessarily enough if you're being prudent and playing from a long distance. As I guess you should when you're playing Rifleman, but yeah. But I think we lasted a tick longer than we usually do. Which round is this? Another difference to Insurgency is that you get supply points during the round itself, not at the end and not at the round, but depending on your performance. So for example, capturing a point is 2 additional supply points, killing 5 enemies, whether as an assist or... here, let me take a smoke. As an assist or a full kill is 1 additional point. And so on and so forth. So if you're sitting back, you can actually rack up a fair amount of points. So the last point is in the bunker itself, or in the rear bunker itself. Any difficulty of attacking or things like that. Sometimes I find that officers are a bit too prudent in the sense that they use too much smoke to the detriment of actually weakening the enemy with bombardment, but that is their call. I don't play officer a lot. I think I've spent less than 10 minutes total, yes, in all the time I've spent playing this game so far, playing officer, so I wouldn't be one to talk. Let's clear this with a grenade. Oh, damn. Oh, I don't kill him. No, I didn't kill him. There's an incendiary grenade. That was German. Damn. It was a German trooper. I think we have the luck that our teammate, you may not be able to see it here, but the entrance to the bunker there on the left of this player there can be opened and grants direct access to the point. So if you're on the German side, it's in your interest of keeping it closed or keeping it open as long as you're still running to defend B, but keeping it closed afterwards when you're defending C. And of course, from the American or from the attacking perspective, it's the other way around. You want to get that open. Okay, let's see. I'm sorry, always trying the same route here, I know. It seems like we are going to take this point again through no real achievement of our own, but lucky us all the same. There. Now, as an insurgency, if the defending team loses the last point, then their waves are automatically set to 0. And game mode becomes trying to destroy their here, just throw a smoke.
I'm throwing smoke! I see enemy to the south!
And I'm going to try and maybe well right there. And because we captured a second point, we have more supply points around. We could exchange our smoke grenade for another real grenade. Which, there, and I'm going to take a sling to switch weapons more quickly. The customization of weapons isn't as extensive, I should say, or as varied as in Insurgency. There we go. Now we're going to switch sides and play on the defending, in this case the German team. The thing is, you can actually earn new skins as you progress in ranks, I should say. I think I'm going to go with the grenade loadout again. And the bayonet. I rarely use the bayonet, but it's handy to have. I feel good having the bayonet. It has actually helped out once or twice. Now, if it has helped out enough, yes, to justify getting rid of the second grenade, I'm not sure. I wouldn't quote myself on that. But on the other hand, switching out the second grenade also gives me the possibility of improving my rifle, which is important because, as I said, there are a lot of automatic, and when you're playing against the Americans, a lot of semi-automatic weapons as well. Anything that will allow me to shoot a bit faster, yes, and reload a bit faster is always welcome. As always, closely speaking, there are 3 approaches to the defenses: the center, the left and right, or the west and east sides. Is there? Yes, and then unlike, well, as you see, they still have 14 waves. In this case, none of them... no, I see a guy there. we actually got him. Ah yes, there are flamethrowers, and sometimes when you shoot them, their gas tank explodes. I don't know how accurate that is, but it's certainly something to consider if you're running around close to a flamethrower. Spacing as an insurgency is crucial. You will be blown up and the flamethrower is blown up. You are just burned to death, and you burn very quickly. Oof. Well, so much for that. The first capture point is in the central bunker. There is an approach from the bottom with engineers or with demolitionists or with any class actually playing using heavier explosives. You can blow a hole into the base of the bunker and then come in from the bottom. I could imagine that this is what they've done. No, doesn't look that way. Another popular entrance is that where we're looking out of at the moment. Don't walk into the barbed wire, it will hurt you, and can kill you. But even worse, yes, it will slow you down. And that's when all manner of enemies start the Rocketeers, they scare me. But maybe I can throw a grenade in that direction. So I have the impression that okay, so there are people. There is a positional. So I wouldn't hear that officer who called out the enemy approaching from the northwest, as he says, if I wasn't right next to him. I'm sure, but where are they coming from? They're coming from the east too. Looks like they're throwing down the smoke screen on that side. Wait, let's go there. Ah, he's dead. Ah, we already threw out our grenade. Well, that support. Well, we were relatively exposed. It's I still haven't entirely figured out in what area I can count on my outfit protecting me. The camouflage is fairly effective. That, and it actually helps to like lie down in tall grass or behind bushes. You will see less, be able to see less, but shit. I'm guessing that there the officer must have had a look on our, rather, a line of sight on our spawn point, because you do have to visually, you can't use the map to determine where you want a bombardment to take place. You have to actually see the spot where you want it to happen. In other news, I will think about recording a round of Rising Storm 2 as well. That is slightly less realistic, in quotation marks, game perhaps. But it has more players, and I like games with a lot of players simultaneously on the map. Our guy. But here you see the limitations of the bolt-action rifle. In Insurgency, spray and pray would have been an option, but here I have to... Okay. I'm liking... So far, actually, I'm thinking that this might not be a dumb position, because it's fairly clear that people will try to blow up the entrance in the base of that bunker. That is the bunker with Alpha, so the first control point. It's not as loud as Insurgency, is it? So yes, they will, and typically they succeed because it's not so difficult, yes, to come within reliable rocket range. Then you just shoot a rocket at it and voila, the wall crumbles, you can enter. But that is about as much levolution as you will get in this game. I don't know how much it costs. You could get Insurgency for less than $2, or was it €2, a few days ago. Which noticeably I found increased the player base, and rightly so. I mean, honestly, if they had it on sale for $5, $10, the regular price for Insurgency is $10, it's still worth it. I believe that Day of Infamy is still a tick more expensive. And I would wait for a sale, but New World Games has sales of their products relatively. New World Entertainment, I mean, has sales of their products relatively frequently on Steam. Well, that was easier than I expected. Or I didn't see notice time passing. 2 kills, not glorious, of course, but bolt action weapon. What do you want to do? I'll see what we're going to play next, but for now I'm going to stop this recording. See you around.